right. Hello. Oh, poop. I forgot to turn my camera back on.
Neener.
We're here.
Yay, there I am.
It's the Ronnie.
It is me. It is me. The D-O double G. Y'all have... Yeah, I'm a old school wrestling fan, so sue me. I'm also a dork. I'm glad everybody's here tonight. I truly am. And I am glad to be playing D&D with you all once again. I truly am. I'm looking at something, so that's why I'm stalling for time.
Oh, why?
We had an eventful session last time. It was rather, it was good. It was good stuff. You all 2 weeks ago fought a corpse flower. And did rather well, I might add.
Didn't hear no bell.
Didn't hear no bell. Two of you did go down. One of you lit the entire place on fire, but got some good licks in on the corpse flower. Well, actually, let's see. It was Elentil and Elrin that dealt with the druids mostly, and so did Mulgar. But Mulgar and Kalen both went down.
Yes.
The final blows were delivered to the druids and the corpse flower. And Kalen and Mulgar were stabilized by none other than our resident fighter, Enoch.
Woohoo!
So,
Combat medic. That's what it is.
unfortunately, they did come back with Kalen, your left arm is kind of wrecked.
Mm-hmm.
And Mulgar, you got basically a closed head wound. You're at disadvantage on concentration checks and such.
So what you're saying, he took a chair to the head?
Took a lot to the head. All of you did, but you did well. You explored the Wizard of Wines. You discovered that they were trying to maybe poison the wine supply there. They definitely had something going on with there was something going on there. You discovered that you did empty out the entire winery of these foul beings that had taken up residence there. But you also found an odd staff at the top of in one of the rooms upstairs. I believe you found it in the printing press room, and it is a staff that it was
life instead of giving it is the way.
Right. It was told to you that it would probably be best that you all not hold on to that.
Yeah, and I gave it back to the Raven folk.
Correct. Which you now discovered they are the keepers of the feather. They are were-ravens. Them being the Martikov family. I always mispronounce it. That's why I was like balking at it. But it's Davian and his family, which included Adrian, Elvir, Stefania, and Dag. Also, we discovered that Mulgar's friend is also a keeper of the feather. A member of the Keeper of the Feathers. Speaking of feathers, you also picked up a new friend. Someone that
Best find.
may have not been transported there. He definitely doesn't belong there. You have picked up your new friend, the Kinku, as far as you can tell, cleric. And once again, I'm going to butcher your name because I need to learn it. But what is your character's name again?
My character's name is Maul.
Maul. I keep mixing up with your other character that I know.
Okay, Okay,
No.
if at least at one point during this campaign, if he does not yell Kenobi, I'm gonna be upset.
Kenobi.
Hello there.
Hello there. So you all load with Davian's blessing. You all loaded up the wagon. They hitched some horses to it. He took back the staff from you, knowing that it had a lot more power than what you all. I mean, it's not something to be in just anybody's hands. This is bad. This has some bad juju on it. This staff, so he's going to hold on to it. So they hitched up your wagons and you took off back to Vallaki to deliver the wine to the Blue Water Inn. All the while, it was Kalen that noticed that Elrin wasn't around and wondered where he was. And as you all traveled down the road with Mulgar at the reins, he pulls up to turn left to get back on the old Slavic road and notices a black hat lying on the muddy road. And that's where we'll pick it up. I believe it was Mulgar up top on the reins. Who was with Mulgar up top?
Ellen Teal.
That's right. And everybody else was kind of hanging out in the barrel, on that.
I'm gonna do
Hold
I
that
see
thought.
the hat as well?
Huh?
Do I see the hat as well?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Before
Oh,
we
Kaylin, go ahead.
One, I am on top of all the wine barrels.
Mhm.
Because why not? But two, before
Hold that.
we left.
I think you're going to have to wait till you get back to town.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Can I at least explain what I'm gonna do?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So while I was knocked out, I was like laying in a puddle of spilt wine because one of the fats got exploded, and wine was everywhere.
I don't know who possibly could have done that.
And so my hair is slightly dyed purple from the wine.
What?
And because I like it so much, when we get back to town, I'm actually going to dye it even darker. So I'm super excited about that. Okay, you can go.
Okay, so
Before you start, Courtney, real quick though.
Mhm.
It's been a little bit since this happened. I need you to go ahead and roll percentile dice for me.
Uh-oh.
Both of them?
Well, that would make a whole percentile.
Okay, I wanted to make sure.
It would also make dice
1,000.
not die.
33.
Okay.
Yep.
Roll 2d4.
A 3 and a 2.
Okay, 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Ellen, Kaylin, dang it. You don't feel well.
Oh no.
I said she doesn't feel well.
Oh no.
I heard somebody say, "Huh." So,
Sad day.
you don't feel well, Kaylin.
What is bothering
You're
you?
not. It's not like something crazy, like real bad, but you do get rather. You get a little rumbly in your tumbly, and you barely make it to the side of the wagon before you vomit everywhere, and you also
Good.
take 2 points of poison damage.
Is it from the wine? In
You
that
don't
vehicle?
know. I mean, you can roll
The wine in your head.
the wine. What
Yes.
is it from the what?
She's- The wine in my head is what she said.
Awesome. You don't know. I guess what I could ask you to do is roll a medicine check.
Meow.
I straight up thought you were about to have her throw up down Ellen Teal's back.
No.
Because, like, You had
13?
her roll this, and then you were like,
I said
"Kaylin
Ellen Till,
you
but
don't feel so good," and you said Ellen Teal, and I'm like, no.
I'm getting names mixed up in my head tonight.
I feel
Hold
like
on, I'll be
Ellen
right
Till
back.
would die.
Okay.
13
13 what? Oh, your
for my
medicine
medicine
check.
check.
Going
Something
on 40.
you saw the druid pour something in
Mm-hmm.
to the vat of wine that is now residing in your hair.
Yeah.
So it would make sense that something might. You don't know. It's not a positive thing. I mean, does it make sense? It might make sense. It might be because of the wine in your hair. You don't know.
But nobody else is feeling.
No.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to keep the cat away.
No, you're fine. All right, Mulgar,
Okay.
what were you saying?
Oh, well, in terms of...
No, go ahead,
You guys
Mulgar.
said first. Oh, I was going to say, in terms of the hat, I was going to, since I'm kind of steering this chicken that we're driving, I was going to slow down, real slow,
Come in.
and hand the reins to Ellen Till and say, hold on, I see this thing. I'll point to it. I said, I'm going to go check it out, and I'm going to jump off and go look.
So the way I'm picturing this is very much the driver just told me to grab the wheel and then jumped out the driver's side door of the moving vehicle.
Exactly how Mulgar did it, but at a really slow. So it
Quick
didn't
story.
look cool at all.
First, the cat apparently shut off Courtney's computer, and she is frozen on the screen.
Oh no.
It's amazing.
Tales of Felix.
All right.
So, like, Felix is now our mascot. It's gotta be at this point.
All right. So, quick story, real quick. I'm driving home from work today, and I get to this one section of the road that's across. There's like a car wash that it's not open anymore, and they're tearing up the road there, and it's across from a Food Line grocery store, right? And I just happened to look over towards the car wash, and there's a dude just kind of half laying, half sitting on the side of the road. I said, "What is this?" And I look, and he's like, his shirt is all disheveled and hiked up and everything, and he kind of rolls over. He's a bigger boy. He rolls over to one knee and pushes himself up, and his whole, like, from here to here and forehead was just pouring blood. And he had dirt and rocks all over him and everything. Someone straight yeeted him out of a car onto the side of the road. Like, there was a shoe laying there, the whole nine. So I stop and slow down. I don't stop. I slow down a little bit. There's a truck that stops behind me. I pull off at this dry cleaner's place, and watch as they proceed to. This car pulls around, parks next to him, picks him up, like they go out and check on him, pulls his shirt off, wipes all the blood and dirt off. They kick a woman out of the car with all of her belongings and get in and leave her butt there. And I'm sitting there going, what in the Alabama is going on here?
What?
It's
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
It's just like, what is happening? Like, the whole family got pissed at each other and just started throwing each other out of cars. It was
It is a
amazing.
Tuesday.
Huh?
That was more entertaining than Felix turning the computer off.
Like, I felt bad for the guy. No. Yeah, you just, with that look
You
on your
should've seen your
face where it was
frozen
frozen, that was classic right there. Okay.
So,
So,
And then the fact that how did Ronnie find? How did
she
did
typed
you
it in the
text
chat.
Ronnie?
I'm looking here at this. I'm looking at the stream chat right now.
Oh, okay.
So
How's this hat looking?
this hat looks muddy and like trampled, kind of. Not like a herd of horses or wild animals ran over it, but just like it was thrown down in the mud and people walked over it.
Yeah.
Oh, can I pick it up? Kind of brush it off a little bit.
No. Yes, of course you can.
What does it look like? Can you describe it to me?
It looks like Elrond's hat. Like that.
Is there anything like nearby, like any signs of?
Make a perception
like-
check.
When he hopped out, could I have stopped the cart and gotten out as
Sure.
well? Yeah, I want
I
to.
rolled a 21.
21. There are multiple footsteps. Some larger than others, but they are definitely boot clad humanoid footsteps that are all leading towards Yester Hill. Towards the right, where you all are going left towards Valaki.
Okay, how far away is Ellentil to me? Ellentil, tell me.
Probably right about 5 feet away from you.
Well, then I would like turn around and like kind of relay that information to her and be like, "Yo, something has went down," and then I will kind of see what Ellentil's reaction is, and then probably go and tell the rest of the party.
Okay, so I stop him before he goes to tell the rest of the party, not because I don't want them to know, but immediately where he's indicating that this is where he found the hat and everything. Is the mud more disheveled? Was there a struggle? Are there drag marks moving in the direction of the rest
You
of the
would have to
blueprint?
ask him that.
Okay.
He could. I mean, with his check, he could look and see.
Yeah,
That's what I asked when I.
Oh,
said it.
there are a bunch of there are a bunch of footprints going that way. It looks like there was a bit of a struggle. Yes, that looks like there were feet like almost like heels were dragged in the mud and then picked up and carried.
How long have we been out here doing whatever we were doing, getting the wine and all that stuff? Has it just been a few hours, a day?
It's been about a half a day. It took you all hours to get here, and it took you probably a couple hours to fight and clear the winery. Not to fight because 6 seconds per round, but it took you a little bit to fight and then clear the winery. So you're probably looking close into afternoon.
So we've got about a full day before we really have to get the wine back to the place.
No, we should have like 2 or 3 days left before the festival.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got 2 days left, roughly.
So my thought is we can take the wine back and deliver it. And I know that we've got party members who need to rest and everything, but I don't think heading into unknown territory where we've been told there are bad people taking a cart full of goods that we've been hired to deliver is necessarily a good idea.
Okay, so I have a quick question. How far away, do we know roughly how far away this Yester Hill is?
He didn't tell you how far away. He just told you what direction it was.
Aren't the Raven people going that direction to check for?
They did say they
Ellery
would look that direction.
well?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they would let us know.
Oh, absolutely.
if
Yeah.
they-
Yeah.
Okay, well then, yeah, I was gonna suggest too that Ellen could use her little fox thingamabobber and go look,
Yeah.
however far you can. But since the Raven people were gonna go look for us anyways, then I guess it would be safe for us to temporarily go back, finish our quest that we're doing now.
Yeah. Okay. That's
Plus,
fine.
if we're going to Yester Hill, I feel like if we leave to go to Yester Hill in the next few days, it should also be not only to search for Elrond, but also for those stones
Yeah.
that they were talking about that were taken from the winery.
And that leads me to my next question. Ronnie, for those of us who are riding on the wagon,
Yeah. All of you.
can this count as a short rest?
As you're actively moving, the only one that can't do it is the one driving.
I don't need it. It's okay.
Because I I know that that Enoch said that
Enoch's guts are pretty much hanging out.
No, they're not. I just need a Band-Aid.
that he was feeling pretty rough.
Okay.
But I don't know how many hit dice he has left, or
Well,
if he's used any.
No, I'm looking rough.
We could.
Yeah.
So the consensus is that we need to go back to town, and if we cannot take a rest or a long rest, we can at least potentially maybe go and check around for shops and see if we can find anything to.
My
us up.
only concern is the last thing we did in town before we yeeted ourselves out of there was kill the town guard. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm really worried that we're going to show back up and we're going to have to deal with some issues. And if we're not well off, we're going to have ourselves in a hole.
It was Rick Tavio that was with us, right? Didn't he say that he was going to take care of it for us?
He was going to take care of the bodies.
Mm-hmm.
But we also got the captain of the guard.
Yeah, the captain of the guard is dead. And we didn't exactly kill him in a secret location.
But nobody knows it's us except for Rick-Tavio, and he said that he would dispose of the body, so I think we should be fine.
Well, there's also that one sketchy girl.
Sketchy.
What's her name? She wore green and she had a bow.
Hey, Ronnie.
Green bow.
I'm scrolling back through my notes.
Who had to cut? Nate, go ahead. Nathan.
What time is it?
About 3 o'clock. 2, 3
About
o'clock.
3 o'clock. Okay. So the king who is in the back is visibly yawning. He looks like he's tired for some reason. That's all
Okay.
I wanted to really say as a
Okay.
small note. Sorry.
Bored.
Mogar's just going to start getting back on the in the
Sasha.
driver's seat.
That was her name.
That was her name.
Notes.
Well done.
All right.
So maybe what we should do is we should start heading back to the town, but maybe like hold off from like going into. Maybe we can like scout out and see like.
Oh,
if-
don't the
Wait,
Romani. I can't
we're talking
remember
over
what they're
top of
called.
each other. Wait a minute. I heard
Vistani.
like 3 people there. Jacob, go ahead.
What are the Romani called?
Vistani.
Vistani?
The Vistani.
But they're not Romani.
Um,
Don't get us canceled.
I called them the
I know.
proper name.
I
Yeah.
know.
Um,
I'm being
But-
stupid.
the Vistani, don't they owe us a favor?
I wouldn't say he owes you a favor. I would say
But,
that
or more, would it be completely out of the realm of possibility for us to arrange to stay in their camp for a minute?
I'm sure. I mean, with how you were treated last time you were there,
Mm-hmm.
it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility.
Okay.
We should get disguises.
Because, yeah, I think either one of us could disguise ourselves or we could send... we could ask one of the Vistani to go get...
You got Luvash and Aragal, are your 2 Vistani leaders in that camp. Now, Luvash was the father of the girl
Yeah.
that got thrown into in the bag into the lake. That's Arabelle. So
Mm-hmm.
Luvash doesn't necessarily owe you a favor, but is willing to do stuff for you. But this is the kind of guy that trades in favors.
Mm-hmm.
You have to remember that.
Yes, everything comes at a price.
Yeah.
So
I'm
hold that
thinking-
thought real quick.
Okay.
Enoch, what were you saying?
Oh no, that we should just walk in like we own the place.
Okay. That's an
Is
idea.
it possible? I got it. Like, I should know this by now, but I've never really came into the situation that it's needed.
Mm-hmm.
Could we long rest like for like the first hour on the travel back because it's like 2-ish hours, maybe 3-ish hours there,
It is a
and then when we get back, as long as we don't end up in a battle of any form, can we long rest after we get back?
so I think you said long rest and meant short rest for the first.
Yeah, short rest for like the first
yes.
hour.
The only person
long
that
rest
can't
when we get
short
back.
rest is the guy that's driving.
Which
Okay.
is okay. 'cause
Is
I
the
don't- I don't
person
need
that's
it.
driving.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I vote we short rest. That way we at least have some healing.
So you probably got a
Before.
good 2 to 3 hour ride back.
Mhm.
It's going to take you less time to get there from here because you're in a horse-drawn wagon.
Mhm.
Granted, they are pulling some weight, but these are big like Clydesdale workhorses, so they're used to stuff like this. And you don't really have a whole delivery of wine. Yeah, you do. I'm sorry. Yes, you do. I was thinking of the destroyed vat, but yes, you do because they had other wine that was already barreled up.
Yeah, and they said it was fine.
So we're going to say it takes you 2 hours to get back by horse and carriage.
So like short rest the first hour.
You sure can.
Perfect.
So everybody
because
but
I don't
Mulgar,
feel well, Mr. DM.
everybody but Mulgar, go ahead and take a short rest. And I will also say this: if somebody, Mulgar, I need you to make a survival check.
Gotcha.
Which shouldn't be hard because you know the roads, but you are driving. What'd you get?
I rolled a natural 1, so 8 total. But
No, natural 1, buddy.
we lost.
Quick question. When was the last time we took a short rest?
You
We
haven't.
haven't this game.
Because I am down hit dice, and I don't remember why.
Oh, I think we took a short rest before we went into the winery because we were already kind of battered and bruised, and we didn't have enough time to take a long rest.
Yeah, I think we did.
That's right,
Right
yeah.
before we left the tower.
I completely forgot about that.
Okay.
I'm taking, like, I can use all my hit dice.
You can
right?
use anything you have as far as a long rest. You can use all your hit dice, which you should have 6 if you haven't used any.
Now, DM, what is your rule about 1s on hit dice?
Reroll them.
Yeah, that was. It doesn't matter for me because I was only down 2 hit points.
Sure.
So, I mean, a minimum on a hit die plus my Constitution modifier put me at full.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just I don't want to.
Now, also, I will say this because I'm a kind of benevolent DM. If someone would like to, maybe take the wheel for an hour on the way in,
Mm-hmm.
Kick that sucker on into the driveway.
Yeah, that was my next question. Was can I take over so that Mulgar can?
Yes,
take a
you
short rest?
can. Absolutely.
I'm
let you-
still not feeling the greatest, but I'm feeling a lot.
I also have to resolve Mulgar's natural 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hoping that if we kept talking, you'd forget that.
I don't forget things, dude.
Especially natural ones. I mean,
I don't forget things that are detrimental to you all.
I was gonna say
I forget notes all the time.
Highlight, I was gonna highlight the 9-hour stream.
Yeah, man.
Well, Mogart's head still hurts, so he forgot about that natural 1 already. So you just forget about it.
Mulgar, roll percentile dice.
For how lost we are.
63.
You actually start to nod off in the middle of this hour, but you're able to wake yourself in time. Make an acrobatic, or no, make a dexterity saving throw.
17.
Okay, so you're able to you nod off and you start veering off to the right side of the road towards the woods. But you're able to shake yourself awake and then pull the horses back onto the road. Everybody in the back, you all and Ellen, you all feel it go back and forth, and you rock in the wagon. And one of the the barrels seem like they're if you keep this up, I mean they're going to come loose, dude. So, he is definitely not feeling very well.
Is this? Can we say that was at the end of the hour? Are you?
Yeah, sure.
At that point, I'll kind of pat him on the shoulder and I'll tell him to clock out for a bit, and I'll take the reins.
So
Mulgar's like, no problem.
You are able to take a short rest. During your short rest, though, while Mulgar is driving, you do notice that Enoch has 2 shiny new swords.
Enoch, where'd you get all fancy from?
From the werewolves.
Ah, that's fair.
Okay, what Kinney was doing when Enoch said that just made it so much better.
It did.
It's like, from the werewolves. Like, no big deal.
It wasn't. Like, that entire combat, I was like, all right, these guys are wusses. Why did they send these pups? What's going on here?
Yeah.
So, and then we just kind of popped them like grapes, and we're on our way.
Supposed to be harder than that, jerks.
Says the guy that gave us corpse flour.
Yeah, because you killed my werewolves in like nothing.
In like 2 rounds.
Look, I called it before the combat. I was like, you guys don't want to do this. Go back home.
Yeah.
All right.
That's true.
Can't ring that bell.
And then,
Enoch.
do I need to make any kind of check?
Yeah, make a survival check.
Alrighty.
Looks a
Also,
little different.
Mulgar looks much better right now.
Good.
What about Enoch?
Yeah, I was going to say, what's up?
What you have in your possession
Okay, that's cocked.
are 2 swords. Give me a second. They look like sabers.
Okay, cool.
Kind of, but they're lighter. And they're nice metal. And as you look at them and study them and flip them around and use them a little bit, you notice that it is lined with silver. They're silvered weapons. So along the edge, there is silver. No, Jacob.
Okay.
Hold on a second.
One, were these vampires masochists?
No, they're werewolves.
vampires,
They're werewolves.
Why are the werewolves carrying silvered weapons?
Because silver
they were
hurts
fighting
silver hurts myriad of things other than werewolves.
Okay.
Like undead.
They are silver, and you notice that there is sort of a power coursing through them. You have 2 saber-like swords.
Okay.
Light, you can wield one, wield the other, wield them at the same time because you have 2-weapon fighting as well. Don't you? Didn't you take 2-weapon fighting?
Not yet.
Oh, okay, not yet. You will have to, if you use them at the same time, you will have to drop your shield.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. You get the sense that it doesn't matter. But your swords do have 4 charges in them per day that do 1d4 extra and 1d4 of lightning damage to undead.
I have a taser.
Basically.
Lay on zap. This is gonna get so much fun.
So I have thunder, you have lightning. Let's go.
It's true.
Before I use the med kit, just tap them on someone and lightning. Clear.
And then their head goes and blows up. I think the Ebony Wood staff has a ton of different stuff in it. So, did you ever find your notes on that?
Yeah, so I think I'll read it to you. So
Yeah.
Tell me.
I mean, I know what it
this is
does, but I
correct.
just want you to know what it does.
So I have written down it holds 4 charges. I gain 1d4 charges at dawn, and then it heals 1d4. Correct? Or is that wrong?
It has
Wait, it
1d4
heals?
1d4 charges. What is it? What do the charges do?
I can expend them to, I'm pretty sure, to heal myself. 1d4, but I may be wrong.
You are very wrong.
Okay, but what does it do then?
There are spells that were in there, but they weren't 1d. I thought it was 1d6, but we'll go with 1d4. You are able to cast Entangle and Thunderwave
Oh, I remember. Well, I'll fix that then. Sorry.
without expending a spell slot. And it's 1d4 plus 2 in the morning. The max of 6, the lowest of 3. So right now you have 4 charges. You roll it in the morning, it's 1d4 plus 2. Kenny, yours just refill. Does not go over 4, will not go over 4.
And you said it was Thunder Wave, correct?
Thunderwave, yes.
At what level? I'm sorry.
What right now level 2.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
And then Tangle doesn't have a level. It is just it. Yeah. Okay. On your road way back, everybody gets a short rest for the second hour. Nothing happens. It is a quiet ride back. You all got some lucky rolls on that. You do hear in the distance howling of wolves, the chittering of bats, things like that. It is growing darker because it is closing in on the evening. You're making pretty good time. You're going to get to Vallaki before dark. And you're going to get there before the shops close. But also at this point, if you wanted to, you have room aboard at the Blue Water Inn, different things that you can do as well. The wagon slushes through the mud on the road. You hear it squeaking, the horses neighing. You see the breath expel from their noses in the cooling air of the evening. About that time, you come up to the gate of Vallaki. It is being ready to shut for the evening. There are 2 guards outside holding pikes and small shields on their arms. And they stop and look at you and go, "Wait, who goes there? Stop."
I'm riding the horses in, and I wave to the guards and I say, "I'm here with a wine delivery for the Blue Water Inn."
Oh. And he looks and he grabs a lantern from behind the wall and he holds it up. It's not quite dark, but he still wants to see. And he looks over and he sees your motley crew, and then he comes to the back and he looks and he sees a Kenku. And he goes, "What is this?"
He's
I'm
our
gonna
new friend.
That's
repeat him.
Hawkman.
Everyone
gonna-
talks at once. What did you say? Young girl, what did you say?
I said he's our new friend.
New friend.
New friend.
What
We
is this
found him.
new friend's name?
Maul.
No.
He saved me. Well, he helped save
Well,
me.
he is with the wine, and you are with the wine, so we will let you in. But we have our eyes on new people. And he turns around and he
And-
says something in a language you all don't understand. And the doors open just a bit to get your wagon through, and he says, "Go on. Since you have a
And-
delivery for the Blue Water Inn, you may go."
And before I before I snap the reins to get us going again, I ask if we will be able to leave the city after we finish our delivery.
The doors close at night. You
Okay.
can go through them again if you so wish. But we don't leave.
Okay. I say thank you, and I kind of I nod at him and I
You tip your hat.
flip the reins. If I had a hat on, yeah.
You tip your fedora, milady.
Yeah, and I snap the reins and get us moving again.
Cool. All right. So you enter into The town of Valaki from the opposite side that you first entered in when you first got here, and of course you're coming in the same way you exited.
Is this the area where we killed all the guards, or
No,
was that
no,
where
that's
we
on the
entered
other side of
first time?
town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Now you're in the place where you saw the two guys fighting over
Okay.
the pie, the meat pie.
I thought that was back in Barovia proper. Like the
No, not if
village
we
of
came in
Barovia.
through the same gate we left in.
Okay.
You all saw? Did you all see the fight here or in Barovia proper?
Barovia proper.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. The fight was there. You all met the woman here. I apologize. I got my towns mixed up. You all
Okay.
met the
Ah,
woman that was
this
selling.
is where we
You
saw
all
the
bought the
pie
pies.
lady.
Yeah, you all bought the
Okay.
pies here. Mulgar got sick and vomited, and Elrin zoned out. She was gone. Sorry about that. I got my towns mixed up in my head. I got
No
my
worries.
notes right here though, so don't worry. So
How
now you're
dark
just
is
going
it?
up the roads. It's just a little ways up the road to about the center of town. That's where you're going to find the Blue Water Inn. Right now you're passing by the large church on the left. You're passing by just several homes. Some of them boarded up. A couple of them have smoke coming out, a thin line of smoke coming out of the chimneys. Different shops that are closing up for the night. But if you want to continue on this road, you can make it to the Blue Water Inn in no time.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we do.
I think we should prioritize the delivery.
You walk.
agree.
You ride your way in. People are actually looking at you now. Some of them with great interest, and then when they see the Wizard of Wine's logo on the side of the barrels, they start whispering to one another. And some of them actually even look happy, a little happy. Some of them still have that sullen, empty look on their face.
Well, isn't it illegal to not be happy here?
Legitimately happy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it a transition from that fake sorority girl smile to
Yes.
like a genuine smile?
Yes, absolutely. It is. You all have
Courtney
definitely.
laughed because she knows exactly what I'm talking about.
You all have definitely gone from the "Hey, we're so scared but we're going to be happy anyway" to "Holy crap, they brought wine. This is great," kind of a deal.
Not BYOB anymore.
Right. You travel up the road. Like I said, the lanterns are being put out. The shops are being closed, and some of them are putting boards on their windows. It seems like a nightly thing. Not they're not like hammering nails in, but they just place like some of them have shutters they can close, and some of them just put a board in the window, like a big plank in the window.
So people can't see what's inside.
Can't see in, maybe to keep things out. You don't know.
Okay.
You pull up. There is the Blue Water Inn. It is still warm and lit inside. Smoke is coming out of the chimney. There are people coming and going out of there. And there is enough room for your wagon to pull up right in front of it. And if you disembark from it, I guess you could say, or if you get down from the wagon, you look around, people are actually, walking by you, nodding, giving nod approval. Some of them are not. Some of them just have that weird smile on their face, like empty eyes, but weird smile. And, walking, going on about the business. A couple of them stop into the inn. From here, if you want to, what are y'all doing? Do y'all want to go in or what?
I would send Kaylin in to get Erwin.
Okay.
Yeah,
so that
ask
he
if
can
we
tell
need
us.
to move these.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll go in and I'll let Erwin know that we are back.
And he looks
With the
genuinely
wine.
shocked to see you. Like, pleased shocked. Like, you made it back. Well, that's
Your
wonderful.
dad also says to visit more or to get in touch.
What?
We'll get those details.
Yes, your papa. He said that he loves you.
You're not there. You're outside.
Oh, that's true. I'm not there.
He said to get in touch. He's
Not what he said.
genuinely
Hmm.
been thinking about you.
Not what he said.
But
Yeah.
that's
That does that's. Forgive me
said
if I
something.
don't believe you, all of that, but I will take that
he
into
would like to see
consideration.
you soon. But um, they have had a lot of struggles with stuff happening at the winery, and he just said he wanted to see you soon. But we have a cart full of wine, so we were coming to see what you wanted us to do with all the wine.
And that was my next question. Will wonders never cease? I thought the gods had betrayed Barovia, but you've brought my stock.
brought a lot
And he
of
walks
wine.
outside and he's like, looks at it and goes, "This is wonderful. This is fantastic." And he looks back and he goes, "I cannot do anything but reward you with what we agreed on, and I will give you 2 nights stay at my place for free."
And free food. Yes, food.
You're pushing your luck, big man.
Morgar's
But I
like,
will give you
"Food."
each a wolf steak for free. And he looks and he goes, "Your little friend has grown wings and a beak. The young one, where is he? That is not him, is it?"
No,
No,
that's
No,
bird person.
this is Mom. He saved
Hawkman.
us. While at the winery, like I said, they were having some problems.
What kind of
at
problems?
the winery. There's a bunch of like
Evil
undead and druids and other things that have come and started attacking the winery, and they're thinking it's because there's 2 stones missing. But
Wait,
we ended up
wait, stop there. There are stones missing.
Yes.
2.
Mm-hmm.
And he just stops. And he looks
What are
down and
the
he
stones
says,
for?
"Who told you that they were missing?"
Your
Damien.
dad?
Papa.
This is distressing indeed. Okay, well,
So when we showed up to get the wine, they met us and said that they had some people that were or some things going on in the winery, and if we could help with that they would greatly appreciate it, and they were going to a safer location. And then we ended up in a battle with, what was it, like 4 or 5 druids, and then maybe it was only 3. I ended up passed out because
At this point, I
there was a
cut her off
corpse
and I
flower.
say, the details are blurry for her because she died.
We were fighting a corpse flower, and
are you sure she was not unconscious?
All I know is that her hair is purple now because she decided to lay in booze for a long time.
There was... Oh, Kaylin, I forgot to ask you to do something.
Oh, what?
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. All right, hold on. 23.
You get that same rumbly in your tumbly,
Mm-hmm.
but you're able to hold it down. You kind of chew it back, and you're good. But this is,
Cool.
you're feeling a little better, but you didn't throw up on anybody this time.
Oh, that's good. I'm explaining my story. That might be why. Anyway, so we about died from this corpse flower. Well, 2 of us did. And then our wonderful friend Enoch here stabilized us. And then I guess while they
he's
were
confused.
Exploring,
Yeah, I'm just staring off right now. Like,
Elrin,
Young one,
somewhere.
regale me with your stories later. It is time for wine. It is time for
Caitlin's
food.
spending like 20 minutes telling her
I have
life
customers.
story.
You have not stopped talking. I need to get back inside.
Do we leave these barrels outside?
Yes, I have people that will take care of that for me.
Good, because I was
Okay.
not doing it.
That does not shock me, big man.
He got hurt too.
Please come inside. Inside, there are other people in there. You do see about 3 tables with 2 people apiece there. A couple people at the... actually, you see the same people that you saw before at the bar. at the bar were the two hunters. If you that you spoke to it before. I don't think you got their names, but
Did we talk to them, or were those the people?
Were these not the two that their house is the one in Elentiel's? Oh no, different ones. Cool.
These were that was the Watcher house. Those were the Watcher brothers.
Mm. Okay.
These are the wolf hunters that you all talked to.
Yeah, we did talk to, but I definitely don't think we got their name or anything.
But they're there. The older one with the long beard and the bald head, and the other one with the long hair and the scruffy facial hair. They're both there.
Mm-hmm.
Erwin looks at each of you and says, "Please, have a seat." And he looks at Maul and he goes, what do you eat? Do you eat food? I mean, of course you eat food, but do you eat meat? Do you eat seeds? You are muted. Yes.
You're muted.
I eat everything.
Okay. Well, a round of wolf steaks for everyone. Medium rare. 1. And how about some rosemary potatoes with that? And a round of Red Dragon Crush.
Ooh.
And he walks away. And he actually goes out, and you see him walk out of the inn outside, and then he comes back in, and he has hefted one of these wine barrels onto his shoulder. And
No way, he's cheating.
No, he's not. Think about where he came from.
And he walks back in and takes it behind the bar, and you hear it smack down onto the bar. He just sets it right on the bar.
Smackdown.
Yes, you hear it lay it down on the bar, and he actually has a large tap, and he puts it on the barrel, and he takes a mallet, pow, and he taps it right there, where he can just pour straight from the barrel into your all's cups, and he starts filling up cups. And places 5 cups at the table. And he says, the first round is on me, and I will make sure that you get your food, and you have 2 nights stay here on me. Enjoy.
Cool.
And he walks to
Thank
the
you.
back. The Red Dragon Crush is delicious. It is it's kind of got fruity taste, like like fruity hints, maybe with a little bit of chocolate in there. It is not a dry wine, so it doesn't suck all the moisture out of your head when you take a sip.
So it's like really fancy.
It's a
nothing you'll
very
find
good
at, like,
wine.
Aldi's or a Lidl, nothing like that.
No, it's not a $2 chuck kind of deal.
Is it similar to Mad Dog 2020?
No. That is
What part of not $2 chuck did you make?
It's $1. I mean.
Mad Dog 2020 is actually considered the highest of high here. Only the kings and queens and gods can have that.
I don't know. The people down the road. Anyway.
Probably the guy that got kicked out of the car.
Excuse me. Just I need to ask you something about what Maul's doing. So Maul is currently he's trying to listen to rumors and just conversations around the entire place.
If you would like to take your cup of wine and walk around and listen to people, you can try to that.
That's exactly what he's doing.
So why don't you
And
go
he's-
ahead and make a perception check, but I need you to do it at disadvantage because they've never
Okay.
seen anyone like you. And normally when they see people that are coming up that they've never seen before or creatures, humanoids, you know, they've never sere Kenku here. And if they've
Okay.
seen anything like it, it's more than likely something that's tried to rip their face off. Like a were animal. They're going to clam up a little bit when you get near them.
By the way, how Maul's drinking his cup, he's got his whole entire beak inside of the cup. So, like,
That's concerning. Yeah, exactly.
so
You see the feathers
um,
go crazy.
While he's doing that, I'm
a
gonna
12.
try to find someone that's drinking and challenge him to a drinking contest while keeping an eye on the Kenku.
Okay.
12.
Kenny, go ahead and make a perception check.
How about okay?
Maul, you've noticed mostly that people look at you with. I'm coming right to you. You notice that mostly people look on you and. My dog just kicked the wall for no reason.
It's probably talking crap.
6. Okay. They talk, but as soon as you get near them, or even in their vicinity, they just kind of like, shh, 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 and they look on you, some in wonderment, some in fear, and the two gentlemen at the bar just look at you like you're another trophy right now, or they could make you another trophy, basically. Enoch. You don't really see anybody that's willing to do battle. They're all just staring at the Birdman. Mulgar.
Yeah, Mogar just wanted to change like where he's sitting. He doesn't really want to sit at the table. He's gonna say, "All right, friends," and he wants to go sit at the bar near the two wolf people, but like maybe a seat or two, on whichever side that their seats open.
Is there anything specific that you wanted to accomplish by this?
No, just to like
You think it's too
just
good?
to be there. Maybe if I hear anything, that'd be cool. But mainly just to talk to Erwin and
If you don't,
have a good day.
I mean, like you can roll a perception check if you're trying to listen in. Otherwise, you're just going to hear them speaking in hushed tones to one another.
Nah, it's fine. I do want to ask one thing.
Yeah.
How are they dressed? Do they have anything on their arms or anything like that?
Furs. They're dressed in furs and leather, basically. The gentleman that has the bald head, he has a big fur liner around his neck, on his coat. Darker leathers. He's the one with the bow on his right now. The bow on his shoulder with the quiver of arrows on his back. The younger one has a short sword now stuck on his side, on his hip, left hip that's pointing towards you. He has a bow. His long bow or his short bow. I'm sorry, short bow is leaning up against the bar, and he keeps his quiver of arrows on his other hip. So he's right-handed, so he can draw off of his left hip with his short sword. So he pulls his arrow out of the quiver on his right hip, basically.
Okay, well that's it. Mogar not gonna do nothing else. He's just gonna hang out there.
Kaylin.
I want to look at Erwin, and I want to ask if
Erwin
he
is currently in the back cooking your food.
Okay, well, is there anyone up front, like the shop people that are there regularly?
There's a couple of servers, but they're right now. They're bringing in barrels of wine. They're rolling them in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
as y'all are sitting there, you notice that two young men are rolling in barrels of wine as they go. It's going to take them a hot minute for doing this, but
So, I want to go and maybe kind of help them if they let me. And I want to ask them if Arena and Ismark have checked in to the inn and if they've met them or seen them lately.
The first, one's kind of a dark sandy blonde, longer, stringy haired, looks to be about 16, 17 years old. The other one is a little thicker, and he is a dark hair, young man, about the same age. And they both look at you and say, no, this is our job.
Okay.
You are a guest here, and you are very well treated from what we understand. So you go in before we get in trouble for making you work. And Erwin will not hear any other words other than you worked and we did not, even if we did. So you go on. And I don't know anyone named Ismark and Arena. We don't know.
Okay, thank you. And I go back in and I wait for Erwin to bring the food back out.
As you go in, hold on to that until you notice that Erwin is bringing out plates and setting them in front of you, and these are thick cut steaks. And they are, he has told you that they are wolf. That's not just a name. This is wolf meat. And there is a large bowl of rosemary potatoes sitting in front of you, steaming. And he fills your cups up again. Yes, Ellentil.
Once he kind of brings the food out and everything, I want to take my plate and give myself a serving of the potatoes and head up to my room. I bring Aurora with me, and once I get up to my room, I want to like cut the steak in like half and give her part of it.
Okay.
And then I want to try and again and convene with Oral to see what, or Arl.
Okay. Let me get through some things with them, and then we'll get back to Oral. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Is anybody else trying to do anything? Enoch. People are drinking here.
Right.
So if you want to choose to try again a different approach or anything like that, you totally can.
Okay. I'll sit down about 3 gold on the table and go. Anybody want to challenge the champ in a drinking contest?
You have definitely garnered some attention by dropping gold on the table. 2 gentlemen stand up from the corner tables, and they start making way to them. But the 2 guys at the bar turn around and look at you, the hunters, and they look at the 3 gold on the table, and they look at you, and the older one goes, "I think I could take that challenge from you, young man."
And I'll respond with, "I've seen baby dwarves drink better than you."
You have a big mouth.
Yeah, that's
but
why
I
I'm
like
the
that.
champ.
For now. And he walks up, and the young one looks at the 2 men that were walking towards you, and they just both go, "Nope," and turn back around and go back to their tables. Like, "Nope, we're good." And he stands up, or he walks up to you, and he pulls the chair out, and he looks at the chair and looks at you, and he goes, "No," and just sits down, instead, like, almost like he was pulling out for you, and just giggled about it and then sat down.
I'm already sitting. Like,
huh?
I'm already sitting at a table.
Oh, I thought you were standing there.
No, I'll sit at a table. And
Okay. Well, he'll sit across from you, and he goes, "So, what do you propose we drink?"
Well, since it's only wine around here, I guess that's it.
Yeah. Who says it's only wine?
You got something better.
And he looks at his buddy. His buddy reaches into a pouch that's on his hip, and he pulls out a bottle about this big and about this big around. And he sets it on the table, and he says, "This is something that the Dusk Elves on the edge of town have put together. This is a little stronger than what than most people are used to around here."
Wait, hold on. Dusk Elves?
Mm-hmm.
Edge of town.
What's a dusk elf?
You don't know. You would have to ask about that.
And you're saying it's stronger than the wine here?
Oh, yes. Much.
After we're done, can I get the name of your supplier? Because I want to fill up this wineskin full of it.
I want to make sure you're not going to be dead after this.
Okay.
All right. He grabs the bottle, and you hear him go, and just pops the cork out of it, and immediately grain alcohol assaults your nostrils.
Oh, that's not an assault.
That
That's a
well,
sweet caress.
you know what I mean. It is strong, and he snaps his fingers, and one of the young boys stops rolling his barrel long enough, and he runs behind the bar, and he brings back 2 smaller cups and sets them in front of you, and he pours a little bit into his, enough for a shot, and he looks at you and says, "As we say in Barovia, I hope Strahd doesn't kill you in your sleep." And he knocks his back. And is that is up to you? Do you want to take a drink?
Yeah, let's go.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
All right.
This is a drinking contest.
Cool.
That's a 19 for him.
I got 14.
Oof, this is stronger than what you thought it would be. This hits
Yeah,
you a
let's
little
go.
bit. This stings the nostrils, in other words. This is, woof. And he takes it, woof, woof, and he's like, pop. And he sets you hear the wooden cup click on the table, and he looks at you dead in the eyes and goes, I told you. I told you. This is one of those instances. You try to hide it, but you can't. This is strong.
Let's go. I'm not
You
done.
have what it burns. This is like bathtub gin, only with gasoline and hatred in it. I say bathtub gin, but it tastes more like a whiskey. It's very smoky, and then it has a bit of a bitter taste as well. But mostly it just hurts when it hits. It burns.
Okay. Is there a candle on our table?
No, there are lanterns around.
I'll ask him if he's got a candle on him.
He looks at his younger partner and yeah, he actually does. He has like a lantern, like a almost like a candle lantern. He pulls it out and he goes, okay.
All right. So for the next round, I'm gonna add another gold to it, to my 3. Okay. So all he's got to do is put up another gold.
And he puts up a gold.
Okay. And I'm gonna take the candle. I'm gonna light the top of my shot.
Oh, okay. All right. And he looks at you and goes, I like you too. Or I like you too. He goes, I like your style. And he takes the candle. He pours one for you and one for him. And he lights his shot. And you said he pours one for you. You light yours. He takes the candle and lights his. On this one, I'm going to need you to make 2 separate Constitution saving throws.
Okay.
One for the fire and one for the shot.
Mama didn't raise a bitch. Pardon. Okay. So there's 1.
I don't like the look on your face there, Enoch.
So before I take the shot, I go to Brotherhood, and I rolled a 20. Dirty 20.
Nostrovia. You rolled a what?
A dirty 20
On both of them?
on the first one.
That was for the fire, my friend.
Yep. And then the second one is a 22.
Okay, good deal. You take it you take this shot like a champ. I've never taken a flaming shot before. Do you blow it out?
Yeah.
Nope, you suck it in.
Okay.
Oh, I always blew it up.
There's a reason I still have facial hair.
He did it, but you could see that it singed some of his beard, and he didn't do it right. He's probably never done this before. Now, he rolled kind of like a 12 on the fire, but he rolled a 23 on his Constitution.
Okay.
+3. So
No worries.
takes it down. If it was a natural one, I was going to make you take fire damage. But that's the only way you would take the fire. You're like, oh, God!
He completely misses his mouth and just throws it into his face.
Throws it into his friend's face and lights him on fire. Holy crap. Okay.
So I'm going to keep doing this for a few rounds. So if you want to go back to something else, I can just...
While we're doing this, I'm going to have you roll 3 Constitution saving throws. But don't tell me what you get yet.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Where's mine?
Okay. Was anybody else wanting to do anything?
Yes.
Yes.
So what I'm doing now is I'm getting the key to my room, and then I'm going to put my scale mail away into my room and the glaive,
Okay.
and then I'm going to come back out, and this time I'm going to try to be discreet with how I try to gather this information that I'm looking for. Do you know what information I'm specifically looking for? I'm trying to specifically find rumors to see if anyone's on their deathbed.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. All right. Make a. Let's do something weird. Make a sleight of hand check.
A sleight of hand check.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's entertaining.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, 7.
A 7.
Yeah.
The first table you walk up to, you kind of try to do your back to them, but you actually reach out and accidentally touch one of their shoulders with your tail feather, with your butt,
Okay.
and he's like, "Excuse me, you need to move along." Now roll a stealth check.
Okay. 23.
Okay. Now roll a perception check.
15.
You don't hear many details, but you do hear of an older woman in the town of Valaki that is not doing very well. She lives more towards the let me pull up my map here real quick. She lives more towards the Burgermeister's mansion is what you hear.
Okay.
But you haven't been to Valaki yet. Wait a minute.
So where
Yeah,
was
you
this
have.
again?
Yeah. This is near the Burgermeister's mansion. The mayor's mansion.
Okay.
Yeah. She lives towards there. That's what you hear. You hear Burgermeister's mansion, old woman not doing very well.
Okay. And
With a 15, yeah, you could say she lives the left of the you take a left at the fork.
Okay.
That's what you hear. Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry. Just let me get this written down.
All right. Anybody else? Yes.
Is Erwin still up front now that he's done cooking?
Yeah,
our food?
he's tending to drinks and tapping another
while
barrel of wine.
Okay, so while he's here, I want to ask him 2 questions. One, I want to ask him why the stones are so important to the winery.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Davian told you what was up with the stones.
Weren't they protecting it or something?
Basically what he told you was that the stones are a form of magic.
Mm-hmm.
They've always been a part of that land. So let me find it in my notes real quick. Otherwise, I'm going to butcher it.
Go ahead.
What were you saying?
I was going to say that Damien told us that 10 years ago, one of the gems of the vineyard was dug up, and since then, the vineyard has been coming up short.
Right. So
was
it's
specifically what he told us.
Oh, okay. So there's a bit of he looks at you as there's a bit of a magic to them. They help the vineyard produce the wine that you taste today.
Okay.
We've always had good wine here in Barovia. It is one of the few things that actually brings happiness to those that can feel it here. Since the stones have been stolen, it's been a while since I've talked to my father. The wine has been a bit off. And he's never run short, but the production has gone down.
Okay.
And it is a continuing thing. That is all I really care to talk about this.
Okay. My second question,
Yes, dear.
have you seen, so we came to town with two other folks that
Mhm.
we brought here, Arena and Ismark, and they had told us when they were taken to the Burgermeisters, is that how you pronounce it?
Mhm.
When they were taken away to his house, that they would be okay and that they would come and check in at the inn after they were done there and that they would catch up with us. And we haven't heard from them since, so I wasn't sure if you had heard from them or seen them.
I've heard
Or
of
heard any
people, new people, but I've not seen them. I've noticed that there has been several orders of food taken to the Burgermeister's mansion over the past couple of days, or over the past day. That could be them, but I've heard nothing. I will say this. If your friends are no friends of that cat that just destroyed everything in the background, if your friends are no friends of Strahd, they are fine.
Okay.
Our mayor is ruthless. He's not a good man. He punishes people for not being happy. But he feels that if, from what I can tell, if people are happy, the town will slip free of Strahd's dark grasp. So if you're not happy, you get punished.
Okay. So,
If they're not friends of
Kind-
Strahd, the devil Strahd, then they'll be fine.
okay. So, kind of along these same lines, because I was hoping they would, come sooner than later. But this festival, have you all had celebrated this festival?
Not this one in
Before?
particular. We've celebrated the Festival of the Wolf recently, whatever you want to call it, whatever asinine name he's come up with it. But this one is called the Festival of the Blazing Sun.
Mhm.
We're going to burn some things apparently, and hope that that saves us from Strahd. Everyone is encouraged by the whip to be there. So, as long as people are buying wine, I do not care.
Do you know exactly what we're burning?
Would, I hope.
Okay.
Attend to
Courtney,
my own
remember
business.
we saw all of those people
You are not
carrying
there.
Yeah.
bundles of straw.
Yeah, I know that we had seen the people carrying stuff, but as a character who became very attached to
Another character.
Arena, yeah, I'm really concerned thinking about all the things that I've kind of seen and heard and his explanation of to what this festival is going to be about. Is there any kind of check that I can roll, like, to kind of make a, I guess, I don't know the best way to put it, to see if I think Arena's in danger? Or is
There's
Mark's
no
in danger?
intuition roll. It's whatever your character feels at the moment.
Okay.
It's whatever you feel at the moment.
Okay.
So, if you have convinced yourself that she's going to be in danger,
Nope.
then you think she's in danger. Otherwise, you just, if you want to get to the bottom of it, you can try to get to the bottom of it, but
Okay.
it's probably going to be best to do it during the day.
Okay. So I I thank him, and I go and try and find one of our other party members. So whether it who knows, like Arena
Mulgar
will
would know. Ellen Till,
and
but she's upstairs. Elrin is missing in action, and right
and
now
Enoch
Enoch is
is
getting toe up from the
currently
flow up.
yeah. So I'm gonna go and talk to Mulgar and kind of tell him everything that I just heard from Erwin about the festival, about the fact that nobody's really seen Arena and Ismark, but that food has been delivered there, so hopefully that was for them. But that I'm a little worried because the festival that they're celebrating has not been celebrated before, and they're saying that they're going to burn things to hopefully end all of this stuff with Strahd. And I'm worried that with Arena's connection with Strahd, that she's in danger.
Okay.
Mulgar would, I guess, reciprocate similar feelings, but say that it's probably something that we can look at, in the morning or the following day. But would reinsure that I'm sure she's okay, because I feel like Mulgar's pretty optimistic. So.
Okay.
And after that, I'm gonna go tap Enoch on the shoulder and tell him to be careful. I'm gonna go say goodnight to Maul, and I'm gonna go upstairs.
Okay. Enoch,
I'm
real
always
quick.
careful. What are you talking about?
What'd your 3 rolls come up with?
14, 16, 22.
17.
I'm getting hammered.
13, 21.
Grr.
So you're all right on pace with each other. So what I need is one final roll.
Oh God. Okay.
Okay, not too bad. Not good, but not bad.
Well,
13. You both look at each other. I swear, 13. You both look at each other. You clink glasses. You're both slobber drunk at this point.
this one's not on fire.
You take your shot. He takes his shot, and you just stop and stare at each other. And you hear the cups clunk down on the table, and you both waver, but you fall just before he does. You lost the 4 gold. But when you wake up, you have gained the respect of these 2 hunters.
We went 6 rounds.
You went
5
rounds. No, it's
okay.
6 rounds. Mm-hmm.
6 rounds. So
you only bet gold on the 1 flaming
total.
shot. You bet the initial 3, and you bet the 1 flaming shot. That was it.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, so you lost 4 gold. You didn't say you wanted to bet gold on the others, did you?
Nah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'll be cheap on this one.
All right. You are helped back to your room, slobber drunk, and put on your side in case you vomit.
Okay.
Yeah. Mulgar, are you doing anything right now?
No, Mulgar will probably get ready to go to his room. Bunk whoever he's bunking with,
Maul.
or whatever.
Before we get back to Ellentil real quick, Maul, what are you doing?
Give me one moment. I have to reconfigure some stuff. Real quick.
I will come back to you. It might just be a minute, but I'll come back to you. Ellentil, as you go upstairs, you eat your food.
Mm-hmm.
You see Aurora wolf hers down. Wolf steak. Everything tastes wonderful. I mean, like, he's a good cook. I mean, it's simple, but it's good. As you gather yourself, I don't know what what it looks like when you commune with Arl, but as you gather yourself to commune with Arl, you reach out through prayer, and you hear nothing, and you feel nothing.
At this point, we've been here for how long at this point?
We'll say about a week.
And I've heard and felt nothing in that week.
Not really. No. Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I'm kind of sitting on the floor, kind of in the middle of the room, and I just kind of, without even thinking about it, I like scream in frustration, and I open my eyes, and there's like frost, like a layer of frost across the entire room.
When you scream in frustration, you open your eyes, and there is a layer of frost, but it is in front of your face.
Mm-hmm.
Inches in front of your face.
Okay.
You reach out to touch it.
Mm-hmm.
And it is the coldest you've ever felt in your life, even being from the 10 Towns area.
Mm-hmm.
Past the spine of the world where there is no warmth hardly. As you touch it, there's a crack that forms in it. And it goes the length, you look down and it goes the length of your body. This sheet of frost.
Okay.
You look left and then you look right. And there's only blackness to the left and the right. And there's just this sheet of frost that expands infinitely out.
Okay.
The crack begins and it goes down to your toes and up past your head to where you can't see it anymore. And then it starts to spiderweb at about where your face is. And pieces fall. And while they fall past, you don't hear them hit anything. And it creates a hole that you can see through. And you see a place a frigid place beyond this wall of ice that is covered in snow. And the trees are covered in a thick, heavy frost. You see barren orchards beyond and ruined farms. On past that, you see a large glacier that is rising in the sky. The peak of it is in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
And inside of what you can see, a vast, ever-frozen lake that is stretched into the distance. You can hear a wind blowing, and it's almost like it's singing a song of pain and loss. And it's almost like the cold is reaching through and grabbing you in your heart and holding on.
Mm-hmm.
And there in front of your face, a form appears. It starts low, and you see a pair of black boots being formed with large, almost icicles drawing off them. And before you, a form like frost and snow circles around, and a humanoid form stands in front of you, appears in front of you, with long white hair and light blue skin, with ears that are pointed up, much like yours. This icy blue figure stands there, and in his grip is a large greatsword that looks very familiar to you.
Mm-hmm.
He looks up, and you see pale white eyes. And he grins, a jagged grin. And he says to you, "Hello, child. It's good to see you again." And then immediately the frost around you shatters. And when you cover your face and look away, you open your eyes once again, and you are in the center of your floor in the Blue Water Inn, covered in frost that is melting into a puddle on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Large chunks of ice that are laying at your feet, and you are becoming quickly drenched because of the warmth in the inn,
Mm-hmm.
which really isn't that warm.
Yeah. Temperature-wise, how do I feel right now?
You're freezing.
Yeah,
This
that's
is new
what
to
I
you.
thought.
This is new
Yeah.
to you.
And follow-up question.
Uh-huh.
I would know that Arl is female, right?
Yes, you would. Arl,
So-
if Arl has appeared to you, she has appeared to people in one of three forms. Winter's Womb, which is that is her final form. We'll say if you see that, you're not around much longer. And
Yeah.
it just basically looks like an icy diamond.
It's her
And then
Super
there
Saiyan
is, pardon?
It's her Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Then, so that's the one that everybody kind of fears that they see. And then you see the Frost Maiden.
Mhm.
Basically, is what it's called, but it is a female humanoid figure that is made completely of ice. Rather attractive, but completely of ice and snow.
Mhm.
And then there is the monstrous version, basically, which is a horned owl, a humanoid horned owl that is hunched over and big and terrifying.
Okay, so my next question is the being that just appeared before me,
Mm-hmm.
is that the person that would have I seen that person before, or is this
You've
my
never
first
seen this
time?
person before. The only entity that you have really conversed with, we'll say,
Mhm.
has been Arl.
Yeah. Now but I recognized the great sword. Like it
The great sword
was-
looked almost exactly like the one that appears on your back,
Okay.
only with a blackened hilt
Okay.
and a large icy diamond. So the hilt is here, so it kind of is like a square and it's black.
Yeah.
I said a square, but I meant like an X almost.
Yeah.
So it kind of goes up and it's black, and there's a large icy diamond right where the hilt meets the blade.
Okay.
But it almost looks
Where-
exactly like yours, size wise,
Yeah,
blade, everything.
Okay. And where is Aurora? What is her
She's gone.
reaction to all of this?
As you look around, you know she's gone.
Okay. Can I try to flip my I try and sense her or flip my vision over to her.
Nothing happens.
Nothing.
Nothing happens.
Okay. I thought.
And that is where we're going to end it for tonight.
Oh, I hate you so much.
Oh, okay. So.
Oh, no, we're not, because Nate Toad, my friend, has something to do. You disappeared on me and I forgot. So we're going to end you here tonight, Jacob. That's where you're going to end yours. Because I got some other stuff I got to think of. So far, Enoch has gotten sloppy drunk which is right up his alley. He has 2 pretty new swords, though, which are wonderful. Kaylin may have learned she talks too much for Irwin, but has asked some questions, some good questions. Mulgar alienated himself from the group at the bar for a minute, but is A-okay now. He has eaten. He is rested. Think mostly people are kind of worried about Elrin. So the new one of our group, what are you going to do?
You guys can hear me all right, right?
Mhm.
I can hear you pretty
Okay.
good.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the information that I had learned earlier, and I'm going to go to my room, and from my glaive, I'm going to pluck off the chain and the symbol. I'm going to stuff them in my pocket, and I'm going to leave everything else there.
Okay.
I'm going to make my way to where I heard the old lady was, the fork left from the mayor's mansion, if I'm correct.
So as you walk out of the Blue Water Inn, you're going to leave the Blue Water Inn, correct? Are you stealthing out? Are you climbing out of a window? What are you doing?
I'm going to be stealthy about it, yeah.
Okay, so why don't you roll a stealth check?
Okay.
And tell me how you're leaving. Where are you leaving from? There's windows in your room.
I'm going to try leaving through the window.
Okay, go for it.
21.
21. You are fine. Nobody knows what you're doing that you know of.
Okay.
To
Then-
climb out of your window, just roll a brief acrobatics check. Or athletics, you pick.
Acrobatics.
Okay.
Ooh. That would be 9.
You land hard. If people didn't know you were there in the alley, they know you're there now, and you kind of tweak your ankle a little bit. It's not
Okay.
bad, but I mean, it wasn't high enough for you to break something, but it was not a pretty landing. You just
Okay.
ow, ow, and then you realize, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be quiet, and then you kind of limp away.
Yeah.
You're pretty
and I'm
safe
just gonna
about people
continue.
not knowing you're gone from inside the inn, but people know you're there if they're outside, and there are people that are kind of rushing home right now.
Okay. So I'm going to kind of hang out there until it gets to the dead of night.
Okay, and then what?
Okay. And then I'm going to head over to the location that I heard
So
the old lady was.
You would know. I'm not sure you would know where the Burgermeister's mansion is.
I'm spending basically as much time. Like, I am dead set on this. My character doesn't care about
Ahead of
sleep right
you,
now.
you can see through the alleyway. It looks to be like a town square, kind of.
Okay.
If you hang a left on the main road, going like how you came in, if you hang a left, an immediate left, like you're going back out. If you look down that road, you could see a fork in the road.
Okay. I'm assuming with my character's high wisdom that he would assume that that's the fork.
Sure.
That
I mean, that's you. Tell me what you assume, though.
Okay. So he's going to take that left, like they said,
Mm-hmm.
and he is simply going to look for a little old lady in her house.
We can't really tell who's in what house by looking at it. But I tell you what. Why don't you go ahead and roll an investigation check?
3.
You rolled a 3.
Yeah.
You ain't got a dang clue which one's which.
Huh.
It just hopped from house to house.
I mean, Um. So no one's out right now, right?
Sparingly. No. If you're waiting, no. There is. You hear the sounds of night. It is 9 kinds of creepy out here. Something tells me you're okay with that.
Yeah. He seems to enjoy the dark actually,
Mhm.
and he's going to take his time. Just he doesn't know exactly how to get to there, but he's going to try and get to that old lady.
I can say from looking at it, looking at these houses, you can tell which ones are inhabited and which ones are not.
Okay.
Okay. There are 3 choices on this road that you can pick from.
Okay. And
There is a small cottage kind of house. There is a 2-story townhome, like a thin building, but you can sell as 2-story townhome. And then there is a more of a ranch style home on down the road a little bit. 1 story, a little bit bigger than the cottage. Nicer. All of them still look run down, but there are lanterns lit and or recently, or trails of smoke coming out of the chimney. You could tell that these are the ones that are inhabited.
Okay. Do most of these have windows? But you said that they were boarded up,
Yeah,
right?
most of them are boarded or shuttered.
Okay.
And from one of the empty houses, or what you assume is empty, one of the ran down houses, you do hear a low moan come from it.
A low moan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go check that out first.
Okay. This house is more like it's like the 2-story townhome that's next to it. But you can tell that the roof on the 2nd story has kind of collapsed in. The windows are broken out, and the door is boarded from the outside.
Doors.
Boarded up from the outside.
Okay.
And the windows have boards on them as well, obviously. But you can tell they're broken up. But you do hear the...
That doesn't sound like a little old lady, does it?
I don't know. Make a perception check.
19.
19. It does not sound like a little old lady.
He's going to the other house. He's going to go to the small cottage first and see if he can get it.
Okay.
So, find his way in. Stealthily.
There's 1 door, and that's up front.
Okay.
There is a small window on the side, and a small window up front, and a small window in the back.
Okay.
If you're looking around.
So I'm going to assume this person is pretty poor, and I kind of I opened the so the door is locked, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm. Oh well, I don't know. Are you going to try it?
Yes, I'm going to like slightly jingle it.
It is not locked, actually.
He's gonna look around, make sure no one's looking, and he's gonna try to stealthily move in.
Make a perception check.
Oh, well, that's gone. Okay.
Dun 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 dun.
Yep, basically.
Dun 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 dun
18.
dun dun dun.
You don't see anybody looking around. There are guards on the wall that you can see walking along the palisade. On top of the wall. They're far enough off where all you can really tell on them are lanterns, and they're just kind of walking walking past one another. There is a night guard, but they're not near you.
Okay, so I'm gonna go into the house and look around and see if
Make a stealth check.
Okay. This is a lot of checks.
You're doing a lot of shady stuff right now.
11 plus 6 is 17.
Okay. As far as you know, nobody knows you're in there.
And I'm gonna look around for the old lady.
She's not hard to find. She is covered up by a blanket in the corner in her small bed.
Does she
Pay
look
attention to
deathly?
him. Pay attention to him. Pay attention to him.
Oh, hold up! I gotta be right back.
Okay. Yeah, give it just 1 second. I'm relaying a DM message through Kenny to him because I don't have his phone number, or we're not friends on Facebook or anything.
That makes sense.
I wish we were friends on Facebook.
We are friends on Facebook.
You know what I'm to do, right?
Yes, you want to give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
Yes, I want a thumbs up or thumbs down.
Do you want to do it or do you want to wait?
I'm willing to do it right now.
Okay, that's fine. You rolled a good stealth check then. This is about you. I want to know what you want to do.
He is going to cast silence on the area around the bed.
Okay.
And he's going to take out his amulet, and he's to kind of pray to it for a little bit, praying to his god Shark.
Ella Anderson.
And he is going to cast as many Toll of the Deads as he can on this little old lady.
Well, on your first one, she literally rolled a natural 20 on her save.
Okay.
She immediately, her eyes snap open and look at you, and she opens her mouth to scream, but nothing comes out. And she is terribly confused. And at this point, you cast another Toll the Dead on her. You are not in the middle of the silence, correct?
Oh, yes. We are all I am in the middle of the silence.
Okay, so you would not be able to cast Toll the Dead.
Okay.
Because it is a verbal.
I'm going to take my dagger and I'm going to stab her.
Holy okay. Yeah, it's a verbal and somatic spell, so you would not be able to do it. Make an attack roll.
Plus
Damn glaive instead of the dagger.
I left the glaive there for a reason. A 12.
She's an old woman. Yes, that hits.
Okay.
You don't even have to roll damage because she has literally 1 hit point.
Okay.
She opens her eyes just in time as you stick the dagger in her chest to look at you in the eyes, and you see the life drain out of her. And that's it.
And now I'm going to continue praying for Shar to notice this. Please talk to me. In the complete silence, nothing is coming out of his mouth.
Nope.
As he's like, nothing.
You hear nothing. And that is where we're going to end tonight.
All right.
On
cool.
that disturbing note.
Senpai, notice me.
Everybody that notice me, senpai, as I have murdered someone. All right, before we go on, I'm going to thank everybody that's been watching for watching, and catch us next week at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to see what happens next with the murderous creepy crow. Have a good night. I hit the wrong ending thing.